open.
Is that?
A squat
I'll
lobster.
close it here.
Yep.
Definitely just shot out of the
No,
sea
I
floor.
don't think that's
no,
a squat
it's
lobster.
Come on in.
Wait, that's a
Oh, it begins with a P. Polychelid.
polycheles.
Sure.
That's a lobster-like creature. He's got very long, slender claws that are tucked in along the body here. And this, you might also say, belongs to a group of invertebrates that could be called living fossils, because the group, and there's a rat tail in the background. This group was quite diverse, I understand, during the Mesozoic, and there is a
tripod fish.
A tripod fish in the background, along with another eel. That's the first polycheles that we've seen.
Go ahead and drift down to the tripod. This guy's very different in the front.
And Bathipterois is the tripod fish.
Lasers on real quick.
Patterning on that one.
Okay, lasers clear.
Don't mess with that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's got a really big parasite on
Oh,
him.
he is hanging down from
Let's get the full body.
the part of his pectoral fin.
And
His or her
as you
pectoral
come
fin.
in, if we can, once
Very,
we
very
get at this,
tiny
if we can
eyes.
rotate around the right,
Resting on the
Go around his front
elongated
side.
rays of its lower caudal fin and pelvic fins, with its elongated rays of its pectoral fins, very long and slender and used effectively as antennae. You always see these fishes sitting
you
nose
can go ahead and
into
pirouette around the
current.
right now.
These are also known to be ambush predators, so they sit very, very still on the sediment surface, and when some possible food seems to drift by, it will suddenly grab it and have a nice little munch. We can see another one of those gastropods just to the left, which you can see the siphon extended from, indicating that it is alive and munching along the seafloor there. It could be a Phymonorhynchus,
You can
but
go head in if you want, Roland.
I'm not sure. Oh, this one has 2 parasites on it.
Oh yes, look at that one on the other fin. What are those?
Where did...
Can we get a zoom in on that?
This is a good angle shot if you can sit. Max zoom.
Alright, I'll get closer. Coming out.
Full wide.
So in the deep sea, to amphipods, to isopods, and even copepods. So mostly all arthropods.
There's somebody slowly
Alright, go ahead and
creeping
roll
along the bottom.
Tilt down.
Try not to
Background.
dust it, but we might get a little dust. Go ahead.
And this may be, oh, look at that. That's,
That looks like an amphipod to me.
yeah.
Yep, so the top one is definitely...
And this is probably Bathipterois viridensis.
So they both look like either amphipods or isopods.
Well, the lower one looks more like an isopod. I can't see the upper one. I didn't know there were amphipod parasites in fishes. That's interesting. Very cool.
Oh, it has 3.
Yep, there's a little one behind the right pectoral fin.
So these are likely impacting this fish's life to some degree. They'll be either, drinking its blood directly, or perhaps benefiting from some of the food it may be eating. But regardless, they will be impacting it in such a way that makes the animal itself, this fish have to work a little bit harder and direct energy away from its own growth or its own reproduction to replacing whatever it is these parasites seem to be consuming.
Yeah, when you're good, Roland.